Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. So for today's video, we're just going to be chilling and trying some new makeup. I know I just recently did a full face first impressions. That's not what this video is. I don't have everything to do a full face. Just a bunch of new releases that I've been dying to try. So I just kind of wanted to chill and relax and do my makeup. So that's why this video is a little bit more laid back. We're just going to hang out, do my makeup, and just try some new products. So I did pick up some stuff from Ulta, which I did an Ulta haul in my last video. If you haven't seen that, I will link it up above. And then I also received some PR as well that I've been dying to try because there's been a bunch of new releases. So yeah, that's all for today. We're just going to be doing our makeup, hanging out. And if you guys want to see me try some new products, then just keep on watching. I'm just going to go ahead and clip my hair back because I'm having a really bad hair day today and I could not fix it for the life of me, so I'm just kind of going with the flow. Okay, so we're just going to start off by priming the eyes, and I'm going to be taking my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and just applying that to my lids. I'm just going to use my finger. I did also get a new tattoo. I totally forgot to mention that in today's intro, but I got a lipstick because I wanted to get something that resembles something I'm super passionate about, if that makes sense. You guys know I love makeup. I'm all about makeup, so I had to get something makeup related. I do have 3 other tattoos, which you guys may already know. I have a hydrangea right here, which you guys have probably seen in some videos, and of course this one on my arm. And then I also have a Cosmo flower on my leg, which is the October birth flower. And all of my tattoos are for my grandmother that passed away when I was 12. Because I'm the type of person where I want my tattoo to have meaning, or as much meaning as possible. So all my tattoos are for her, but I wanted to get something for myself, something that I am passionate about, and just basically a tattoo I never regret, and just something that I've been in love with for I don't even know how long, over a decade I want to say. So yeah, I got a lipstick. If it looks a little like splotchy and crusty, it's still in the process of healing. So all the dark spots are scabs right now, so it's looking a little cray. It's still in the process of healing, but I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's completely healed. It is itchy as all heck though. I just want to like scratch it so bad. I did put some ointment on it so it didn't look as crusty on camera. But yeah, I love it, and I've been wanting a lipstick tattoo for a while, and then one day I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I've been wanting it forever and I'm obsessed with it. So alright, so for the eyeshadow palette today, I got this in PR from Profusion, and when I saw this I nearly died. This is the Love You So Brunch 21 shade palette. Now just take a minute and look at these freaking shades. Let me take the plastic off. So hopefully the lighting isn't too bright, but so freaking stunning. Like, this is literally, you have everything in this palette. You got your neutrals, you got your color, and it's just so pretty, and I've been dying to try it. I haven't even swatched it yet. I'm the type of person where, like, right when I get something in PR, I want to swatch it and try it, but I saved it for today's video because it's just so pretty. So I don't know what look I'm gonna create with this, but we'll just figure it out as we go. I just, oh, so freaking cute. I cannot wait to use this. Alright, so I'm going to start off by taking this shade right here called Latte. And that is going to be going into my crease. So far so good. I love Profusion shadows. I've tried a few palettes from them and they've never failed me. So I have high hopes for this palette. I'm just going to take a bigger fluffy brush with that same shade and go on my crease just to diffuse it a little bit more. I don't really know what look I want to do. There's a lot of color that I want to play with, but I don't know. I kind of want to play with the green a little bit, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that big fluffy brush again and take the shade Mimosa. And I'm just going to kind of put that into my crease just to add a little bit of like warmth, I guess. I don't know, I'm just kind of going with the flow, seeing what happens. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Donut Ask right there with that smaller blending brush I used earlier, and I'm going to focus that into my crease just to deepen it up a little bit. Okay, so I decided I'm going to do a pink look because the last look that I did for Instagram was like a green, blue, purple moment. and I want to do something different because I'm going to post a picture of this look as well. So I think I'm going to go with the pink shades. Plus, I feel like it will go a little bit better with this look. I'll have to try to figure out a way how I can incorporate these colors maybe as well, or in future looks. I'm not too sure, but I think I'm going to go with the pinky colors. I'm going to go in with the shade Rosé, which is a really pretty sparkly pink. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Ooh, dang. On my lid. I did not spray my brush or anything. Oh wow, that's impressive. Okay, so that shade does apply really well dry, but I want to add a little bit extra oomph. So I'm just going to spritz my brush and go ahead and apply that. Now I am putting this pink a little bit higher than I normally would. Normally I would stop like right about here, but I am going to blend it a little bit up higher just so we get a nice blend and transition between all of the shades. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this brush. This is a Profusion Firm Blending Eyeshadow Brush. I'm going to take the shade Lobster Roll, and I'm going to put that on my outer corner, and I am going to deepen it up into a deeper shade. But like I said, I want this to blend together as much as possible. I feel like this shade will give everything a really nice blend. Oh my god, this shade is so pretty. It's almost like a salmon-y kind of color, I want to say. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Like, I could stop right there and I feel like it looks decent, but I'm going to add a little bit more deepness into the outer corner. I'm going to take that same brush with the shade Acai Bowl. I think that's how you say it. This shade, I am finding that I kind of have to dig my brush into it a little bit to get some product. I'm just wiping off my big fluffy brush. I'm just going to go over the edges and just make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, so we're just going to wipe away any fallout. I don't see much, but I am going to go ahead and just take some of my micellar water with a cotton round, and we'll see. This is why I always do my eyeshadow first, so even if there is fallout, no big deal. Easily wipe it away. So a little bit of fallout, but like I said, I do my eyeshadow first for that reason. All right, now for primer. Everyone's been raving about this product and I've yet to try it. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I heard that this is a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip, but I also heard that about the e.l.f. Dew Primer, the Jelly Pop Dew Primer as well. So the Jelly Pop Dew Primer I feel like is a lot stickier than the Milk Hydro Grip. But I'm curious to see if this one will be like an exact dupe or pretty close. Okay, so it definitely has like that same consistency as the Dew Primer. It doesn't really smell like anything yet. Yeah, very similar consistency. This one's definitely not as thick as that Dew Primer. Definitely has that mint scent, but it's not really that strong, which is kind of nice because sometimes mint can be like really overwhelming. You can definitely see it sticks a little bit. I asked you guys to ask me some questions so I could like start a conversation in this video because I really have nothing to talk about. And I've got no questions so far, so I'll try to think of some things to talk about. All right, next for foundation, I got a ton of glitter on my face from that eyeshadow, but I have so many foundations to try. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 in front of me right now, but I've been really wanting to try this one. This is the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation, medium to full coverage. I got the shade Filter Light 6. I'm sure all of you guys have heard about this foundation, but I've just been dying to give it a try for myself. And I'm also going to try it with this brush, but I also want to try it with the sponge as well. So I'm going to try the brush first and then the sponge after. All right, I just did a few pumps on the back of my hand. Let's go ahead and try this brush. It is very, very soft. Hopefully this matches okay. So it's a little yellow. I believe I got a neutral undertone. So I'm kind of surprised that this is a yellow undertone. Coverage is pretty good. Definitely medium coverage. But I'm honestly not a brush person, so I'm not digging this brush a whole ton. It's not horrible. I never use brushes for my foundation. I always use a sponge. So I think for the rest of my face, like the other half, I'm definitely going to use a sponge and kind of compare the two. So it doesn't look too bad up close. Definitely not my favorite. I was expecting it to look a little bit more hydrating than it does. But that could also be the brush. I feel like when I use a brush, a lot of my dry patches, like, just, I feel like the foundation really gets stuck to them. But it really doesn't look too bad. I'm going to go ahead and dampen a beauty sponge. I'm going to be trying this one from Morphe. This is the highlight and contour sponge. So I'm going to go dampen this really quick and we will try that on the other side. Okay, so I've dampened my sponge. I'm going to go ahead and apply the foundation to this side. So I feel like it doesn't look as dry as the other side does, but I'm also not like obsessed with this either. I guess I had the wrong impression. I was just expecting this to be more natural looking, but for some reason I feel like it looks like super like matte. Not matte, but I feel like it doesn't really have like a natural finish. It could also be the primer as well. I would have to try it with primers that I know and love, sort of thing. But it doesn't look bad on the skin. It looks pretty good. It's just I was expecting this to have more like dew to it. Like I feel like all the pictures I've seen of this product have been like, oh, natural dewy skin, like satin finish sort of thing, and I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing complete matte, but I'm seeing no dew at all. Yeah, it's not awful. I've just grown to love more natural, not dewy, but more satin finish foundations, and this definitely has more of a matte than a satin finish. But like I said, it doesn't look horrible on the skin. It's definitely like more medium coverage right now. I don't feel like I'm getting 100% full coverage, because I can still see like my pores, I can still see my breakouts and that sort of stuff. So I am going to go ahead and do another few pumps on my sponge and see if I can build this up. So now that I've done the second layer and looked at it up close, I do feel like it looks a lot better than the first layer I applied. It definitely covered more and is giving more of like a flawless finish. You can still see some breakouts. You might not be able to see them on camera because my lighting is kind of bright. But in person, you can definitely still see my breakouts. They aren't as bad, but they're definitely still noticeable. So I would definitely give this like a medium to, it says medium to full coverage, but I would say like a high medium coverage, not so much full. Because when I think full coverage, I think you see nothing. But that could also be me applying another layer and getting that full coverage. But normally I would stop about right here and then just spot conceal. Now, does it look like I have foundation on my skin? Yes. But that could also be the primer that I tried. Because it is a gripping primer, I feel like sometimes with certain foundations, it can look like you have foundation on your skin because it's not really absorbing into the skin. It's more of like that primer is just gripping and holding onto it sort of thing, if that makes sense. So I would love to try this with my normal go-to primers and see if I like it a little bit more. Does it look horrible? No, it does not. It looks pretty good, but right now it's not my favorite. I have to try it with my normal everyday primers. Okay, so now for concealer, I'm just going to go ahead with my Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer. This is not a new product. This is actually one of my favorite concealers. And it's definitely one of my go-tos for sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. Oh, I just love this concealer. It just looks like skin and it's just, oh, I love it. So far, I'm really enjoying this sponge. The only thing is I'm so used to having like a really pointy tip to blend in the inner corner of my eye. Like the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge, see how it's like really pointy so you can really get in there? This doesn't have that. The only really pointy tip is this, but I'm like trying to figure out how to use it. But it's not bad. I do like it. I don't feel like it's soaking up a ton of product. It's really soft and yeah, it's just gonna take some getting used to, but I'm liking it so far. I'm not having any issues. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent. Moving on to the next product, I have this Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Bronze and Blushing Duo. I got the shade Pick Me Up in Oh Honey. I picked this up in my Ulta haul and I've been dying to try it since, so that's what we're gonna do today. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my bronzer brush with some of that bronzer and just start applying it. Ooh, a little bit of kickback, but not bad. That does look really nice. I think on the Ulta website, this said this was like a warm undertone bronzer, so I definitely want to try a more neutral undertone. I like it. It is a pretty color, but It's a little bit warmer than I would normally wear, I feel like. But it is really pretty. I do really like it. Bronzer looks phenomenal. Let's try the blush. Hopefully this blush shade isn't too light for me right now. I definitely need a deeper shade for the blush. I think you can see it, but it's a little light. Now that I'm like building it up, I think I changed my thoughts. I think I actually like this shade a lot. At first I felt like it was going on kind of light, but now that I'm building it up, it's definitely like deepening. I don't know, I like it. And I like that it has like a little bit of a sheen to it. Wow, that's really pretty. I might have to get a deeper shade for the summertime because I know this shade definitely won't work for me in the summertime, but I'm not mad at it. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I'm just gonna go in with the exact same shades that I used earlier because I went ahead and I took all these other shades, swatched them, and held them up to my eye, and I felt like it looked really dumb. So I'm not gonna go in with any other crazy shade. I really wanted to use this blue, but I don't think it's gonna look good. So I'm just gonna go in, like I said, with the exact same shades I used on the top and apply that to my lower lash line. The only shade I didn't use on my lower lash line was that shimmery pink because I wanted to keep the lower lash line nice and matte. But I am gonna go ahead and take this shade Sunny Side Up with a small brush, and I'm gonna use that as my inner corner shade. Just a really pretty orange. I'm also gonna go ahead and take the shade Scramble, which is a shimmery yellow. I'm just gonna put that right on top, just to brighten it a little bit. Okay, so now for mascara, I have the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High mascara. This has been raved about, and I've been dying to give it a try. So I got the shade Blackest Black, and I don't have to curl my lashes. Normally I would, but I got a perm on my eyelashes, so I don't have to do that, which is amazing. I love having my eyelashes permed. Ooh, the brush is very flimsy. Wasn't expecting that. But let's go ahead and give this a try. The formula is a little bit more on the wet side, which I don't normally enjoy because I feel like it just clumps your lashes too much, but it's really, I love this. I feel like it's not clumping my lashes too much. It's definitely giving like that volume and that length. Oh my god, I cannot wait to wear this without any eyeshadow and just see, like, my lashes already look good, but without eyeshadow on and with this stuff on, oh my god, it's gonna be heaven. I'm obsessed with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and my highlight off camera because those aren't new products. They are products I already use. I'll show you guys after I use them, but I'm gonna hop off, do that really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for my brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Taupe with the Essence Make Me Brow eyebrow gel, and then for my for my highlighter, I use the Airspun Loose Face Highlighter in Snow Much Ice because I haven't used this in a hot minute and I forgot how much I love it. And now for my lashes, I'm going to be using my brand Simply Style lashes in the style Lydia. These are like my favorite pair, so I'm going to be applying those really quick. So while I prep these lashes, I did get a couple questions. The first question is, what's 3 random facts about you that we don't know? Love your videos. Thank you for the support. Now, 3 random facts. I gotta think about this one. This is a tough question. I literally can't think of anything. I literally cannot apply these lashes because my eyelashes are so curled. They're like resisting these lashes right now. All right, I'm gonna apply these lashes off camera because it's gonna take me a little bit and I need to think about this question, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I literally could not think of anything for this question, so I had to get some inspiration. So the first one is that I'm terrified of snakes. I don't think any of you guys knew I was scared of snakes. Another fact I'll share is the first job I wanted when I was a little kid. I at first wanted to be a teacher, and then that was when I was like little, like I used to have a little classroom in my basement and I would pretend to teach my sister. And then once I got into middle school, I either wanted to do makeup or be a pharmacist. And pharmacist didn't happen, so now I'm stuck with makeup. The third thing is when I was younger, I was obsessed with horses. I wanted a horse so bad. I never did horseback riding lessons. I begged my parents and they never let me do it, but I wanted a horse so bad, and I would always ask for one for Christmas and just pray that I would wake up to a horse in my backyard. And that never happened. Why I was obsessed with horses, I have no idea, but I had horse figurines. I had horse books so I could learn about the different kinds of horses, and I still love them to this day. I'm not nearly as obsessed as I used to be, but if I see a horse, I get excited. I think they are so freaking cute, but I was obsessed with them as a kid. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. So there's my 3 facts. And then the next question I got was, I'm so curious about how you and your man were able to get a house. I follow you on Instagram and saw you guys got a home. Wondering if you'll be doing videos about that and maybe decorating the house. So first off, my tip is to save. My intentions was to move out at 18 years old. That was always my plan. 18, I'm out. I don't care if it's an apartment. I don't care if it's a house, blah, blah, blah. Well, needless to say, that never happened. I ended up moving out at the age of 20, so only 2 years compared to what I actually wanted. But because I was so eager to move out at such a young age, I saved my money like crazy. I was really aware of what I was spending it on, and just making sure I was saving as much as possible. Another thing that really helped for saving was my dad used to charge me rent for a short period of time. It wasn't very long. It was like less than a year he did this. It was like one of those things where like he did it and then kind of like forgot, I think. But he would charge me rent every month, and then I ended up getting all that money back. So he was charging me rent to save my money for me, but I didn't know I was getting it all back until like the last month that I paid or something. I can't quite remember. It's been a few years, but that really helped me save a decent amount as well. And then the second part of that question was maybe decorating the house. Now, I'm not a huge decorating person. The only room that's really like decorated, but not even really decorated, is my beauty room. The rest of the house is just very simple. The more decorations, the more you have to clean, is how I think of it. I'm not a huge decorating kind of person. I don't know anything about decorating. So I most likely won't film any home videos like that. The only videos I'll film is probably like beauty related, like maybe like a beauty room tour or a makeup collection or something like that, but I probably won't film anything else in the home. If you guys do want to see my house when it was like empty completely, I do have like we bought our first home sort of video, which I'll link up above and you can check that out. But I probably won't show any more of the house because it's really just, I don't know. I don't really decorate that much. So thank you guys for asking those questions. It kind of sparked conversation, even though it's at the end of the video, but that's okay. Anyways, for lip products, I have a bunch. I don't know which ones I want to try yet. First off, I have this Profusion Lip Mocha Soft Matte Lip Tint. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this to see what it looks like. It's in the shade Feelin' Bubbly. The packaging is super cute, though. It looks like a wine bottle. That's a super pretty color. I don't know if it goes with this look or not. And then the next lip product I have is the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Cherry Skimmed. I'm hoping, this is the one I really wanted to use, so I'm hoping it will look good swatched, but I don't know. I just feel like these shades don't really go with this look. What else do I have? Okay, now this I did try on my lips, but I feel like this might actually look really good with this look, so it's not technically new. But I feel like this might be the shade that I want to use. This is the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout. Yeah, I think that's the one I want to use. I feel like it matches best. So I think what I'm going to do is apply the Cloud Pout to my lips and then maybe add a little bit of the NYX gloss on top, because I originally wanted to use the NYX lip gloss as my lip product for today's video because I haven't tried it yet. But I feel like that shade won't look good with this look, so let's start with the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout and then I'll top it with the NYX gloss. Okay, so first taking the Cloud Pout. This is in the shade Girl You're Whipped. Oh, I love the way this stuff smells. It smells so good. Now I'm going to be taking this NYX gloss, which is in a gorgeous shade. I'm obsessed. Look how pretty that is. And I'm just going to put that on top of what I have on right now and just add a little bit of gloss. It's a very, very thin gloss. I was expecting it to be thicker, but it actually feels like pretty thin. And it's not sticky at all, so I really like that. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go ahead and put some setting mist on. This is the Milani Fruit Fetish. Make It Last in Dragon Fruit Peach. This stuff smells so good. Alrighty guys, that completes today's video. Now I know this video is kind of all over the place. I just wanted to sit down, chill, and try some new products, so I hope you guys don't mind. Luckily, everything worked out really well for me. The only thing that I was kind of on the fence about was this foundation. I didn't like the way it looked when I first applied it, but now that it's kind of sat on the skin for a little bit, I definitely feel like it looks better. But I still want to go ahead and try this foundation with my go-to primers and see if it works out a little bit better for me. But everything else was perfect. But so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below and give this video a big thumbs up. And also, if you're new to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!